Hey guys, I'm Brad Branning, the #1 breakup expert on YouTube, and I'm here to tell you the real reason relationships end, why you get dumped, and why some people just can't seem to stay together no matter how in love they are. Now, first off, I want to dedicate this particular video to all the fine folks on my mailing list. Thank you all for taking the time to participate in my latest greatest breakup survey. We had thousands of responses from all around the world, and honestly, I was blown away by all your answers. So thanks for all the help, and for everyone who filled out the survey, thank you very much. Now, surveys like this one that I'm going to talk about in this video are just one small part of the thousands of hours of independent research that I've put into developing my X Factor program. Now, this is the very same program that helps people reverse their breakups every single day. So go to breakupbrad.com right after this video for a free video presentation that takes you through the process in detail. So today, right here in this video, we're going to dive into the results of my latest breakup diagnostic survey and talk a little bit about what they mean for you and your relationship. Now, spoiler alert, your answers do fit in with what I've been saying all along for the past decade or so about breakups. And there was really only one result that truly shocked me, so stay tuned to find out more about that one. Now, let's get right into it. First of all, who exactly took my survey? Well, there was a pretty diverse group of respondents. Out of the whopping 1,643 people who responded and filled out the survey, 49% were female and 51% were men. And as you can see here by the handy pie chart, we had really responses from across all age groups, and we also had responses from all around the world. About 50% of the respondents were from North America, 20% from Europe, and another 20% from Asia. Now, I will say that the turnout from South America was pretty weak. So if you are in South America watching this video, please tell your friends about my videos on my program. I've made sure that my advice does work in every hemisphere and on every continent. Now, without further ado, here are some of the findings from this survey. So first off, if you've been through a breakup recently and you're feeling sad, lonely, and beaten down, you should at least know that you're definitely not alone. The vast majority of respondents said that they too had been through a breakup in the past year. So just remember, that breakups do happen to everybody, regardless of personality, looks, and position in life. In fact, most people go through between 2 and 6 bad breakups during their life. Only 5% of survey respondents hadn't been through any breakups at all. So congrats to those lucky few. And all I can say is keep watching my videos, and I'll do my best to make sure we keep it that way. And survey finding number 2 was that getting over a breakup does take time. Many people take over a year to get over a breakup. Now, I don't care who you are, but that's a lot of tears and ice cream. So you can use this time to wallow in sadness, or you can use this time to improve yourself, improve your outlook, and improve your life generally. So check out my X Factor program for a comprehensive guide to winning back your ex. Just go to breakupbrad.com to learn more proven techniques to reverse your breakup. Survey finding number 3 was that you can get back with your ex. So don't worry, guys, this survey is not all doom and gloom. We also asked if you'd ever gotten back together with an ex after breaking up, and almost 50% of you said that yes, you have in fact reunited with an ex after breaking up. And I frankly like those odds. So for those of you skeptics out there who think that you can't have a second chance at love, read them and weep, basically. You really can win back your ex, and you can enjoy many happy years together. And finding number 4 was commitment is actually really key to relationships. We found that the #1 source of tension in relationships was a lack of commitment. So, if you are in this boat, then it means that either you or your partner wouldn't commit yourself fully to the relationship, and obviously this created some bad feelings, arguments, and eventually caused a rift that couldn't be fixed by love alone. Now, the problem here, of course, goes beyond lack of commitment. It's really about expectations and status. Perhaps the two of you wanted different things from one another. Maybe you wanted a house and 5 dogs, while your partner just wants someone to keep them warm at night. Now, this imbalance, of course, threatens to topple your relationship if the two of you don't get on the same page early and often. Survey finding number 5 was that most people actually don't know why breakups happen. Now, this is the one that truly shocked me. I asked you guys why your relationship ended, and believe it or not, the most common answer to that question was, I don't know. Now, this information is extremely important whether you want your ex back or you want to start a new relationship with someone else. When novelist George Santayana said, "Those who do not learn history are doomed to repeat it," he wasn't really just talking about war and famine. If you don't know why your relationships end, then what's to stop it from happening all over again next time? Now, those of you who did know had some pretty interesting answers, so I'll just read a couple of them out here. Played head games. Don't have time or desire for lazy asses, liars, cheaters, or physically/emotionally unavailable little boys. He just used me for his needs as a fuck toy. Leave me for her parents after 5 years of love. Fell out of love, grew apart, and gave me STDs. Wow, very enlightening. Thanks for sharing, everybody. I hope it helped at least some of you blow off some steam by letting you put these answers in there. And for those of you who didn't get a chance to complete this survey, I'd recommend that you at least think about the answer to this question of, why did your breakup end? And get it down on paper or even just say it out loud. Because really it is a great way to get it out of your head and explore your own feelings about the breakup. And I think that your answers do prove that there's rarely one single reason for a breakup, but there is only one real reason to stay together, and that is romantic attraction. All right, and moving on to survey finding number 6, cheating is a deal breaker. It's really no surprise to learn that 82% of people said that they would end a relationship if their partner had cheated on them. But nearly 50% of respondents also said that they had a relationship end due to cheating. About 1/3 of men said that they had a relationship end due to their partner's infidelity, compared with about 44% of women. Now, for the cheaters watching, it's never too late to change your behavior. And for those who've been cheated on, you are not alone. Infidelity is definitely hard to come back from, but it's not impossible. And of course, the key is to rebuild a trust with your partner. Survey finding number 7 was really interesting, and that's that men and women aren't so different. At least they're not when it comes to this survey. With the exception of the previous question that I just mentioned, men and women answered all of my questions almost identically. So it really turns out that your gender doesn't correlate strongly to specific relationship problems and breakups. Now, if you couple that with the diverse range of ages and cultural background of all the survey respondents, and I think you'll understand why that when I say that my X Factor program works no matter who you are or where you are in life. Survey finding number 8, there's a million ways to ruin a relationship. Now, while we found that lack of commitment was the number 1 source of tension in a relationship, there were plenty of other causes as well. Thank you all for typing in your very specific responses. I did read each and every one of them, and here are a few of the highlights. Don't worry, we're just going to keep it completely anonymous. His mother moved in and convinced him to move out with her so she could have someone to gamble with. Now, I've been helping people with their relationships for a long time, and this one is a first. So unless your boyfriend was Rain Man, I think you're probably definitely better off. Blocking. So whether your partner was running interference on you, building too many Legos, or barring you from their social media, this is going to cause tension in your relationship for sure. Another one, found someone else. Now, when your partner finds a new partner while you're still together, that's bound to cause some problems, but hopefully it all worked out for you. Another one was lack of maturity. Now, this was a super common response, and I'm sure also a common problem. And this is something that I'm actually going to discuss in a future video, so stay tuned for that. I was still married. Needless to say, an affair can be the breaking point in any relationship, especially if you are the ones having the affair. And here's one that really piqued my interest. Trust, insecurity, and his sexual preference is getting really crazy and weird. Please tell us more, anonymous responder. But in all seriousness, that is a shame, and I do really feel for you. Sexual problems were actually something that came up fairly often as a response to this question. And here's one last source of tension that caught my eye. She don't like me. Well, doesn't that really just say it all? I mean, my advice is to only date people who don't dislike you. You'll be surprised at the difference it makes. And as much as I'd like to, I can't read all of your answers, but here's just a couple more interesting ones. Words exchanged in a text message. His jealous, textbook narcissistic ex-girlfriend and her lying, manipulative drama. Asparagus. That's one of my personal favorites. Being the weekend guy only for 4 years. Ouch. Lack of commitment, plus his sexual addiction and texting his exes while we were together, and the fact that he was never sexually satisfied. Well, some of these obviously are heartbreaking. The worst cause of tension, though, is actually one of the most common, and that is I don't know. Just like with breakups, it's important to identify and deal with the source of conflict in relationships. If you just ignore them, it's not going to make them go away. Now, if you are still unsure of what went wrong in your relationship and whether or not you have a chance of getting your ex back, go ahead and take my free quiz right now at breakupbrad.com/quiz. It's 100% free. It takes only 5 minutes at most, and it is the best way to find out what the future holds for your relationship. Again, you can take that quiz at www.breakupbrad.com/quiz. Go check it out right now. And that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.